Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Ready. Jack, can you do that? 3 bars. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Green, triple team. Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike.
On third down, Winston. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From midfield, here's Manning. Open man has got one. It's complete. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Hey, Charlie.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 9, Manning toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman, and he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Yeah, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Jameis to throw it. Got an open man, it's Harmon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jameis again. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where...
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
2 seconds to go, first quarter.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Come on.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You must get tired of seeing me.
They run with Howard. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing now is Manning. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions either.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score, Ravens 7, Buccaneers 0. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them, not necessarily.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go, here we go. Wait.
Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before 12 yards.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. Yardage.
He is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Ready. Black 25. Sunny. Team, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Check. Sunny. He's checking crap. Green, triple T. Check. 40's mine. 40's right up.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. On first down, it's Allen, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Allen. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set.
The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Trying the right side with Howard. They find some open field here. A gain there of 21 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Here's Manning to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Manning. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch out, switch out. Hey, team 6, team 6. Mike's by 4.
Working from the gun, Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Winston now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
I got him, Mike. Hey, we're going Mike 40, Mike 40.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Mike 40, Mike 40.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
A second down throw for Winston. That's caught by Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Tight right. Even. Wait. Hey, 40's Mike, right?
Hot something. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40. Sonic.
Be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Check. 40's Mike. Easy. Hey.
Watch the screen.
To the air again with Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
40's Mike. Come on, boy. Green, Timothy. You got to be ready. Wait. You go tight. You got to go.
Again, it's Winston. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Check Mike 40.
I'm coming after you.
Easy.
I'm coming after you.
5 on the 50.
Mike 40. All day.
Working out of the gun, Winston. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's now 4th down.
Winston stays out there.
Man, I got you. Green, Timothy. 51.
They're indeed going. It's Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Down. 15 line. Ricky.
One final try now for Manning. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll run here with Balaj. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, watch the slant. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Toss play to Balaj. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Here we go.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
A gain of 16 yards. And a Raven first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a give, right side. Wall. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 51. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ball trot.
Winston from the gun on third down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Wait.
Check 99. Check 99.
Follow.
Let's go. Hey.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
40's Mike.
Hey, watch the slant.
Easy. Hey.
Go.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And the Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check, tight right. Solo out there, check the outs out there.
4 down. Check. Check 3.
Now Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They run it with Balaj. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. His 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now to add the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
That's the score. Ravens 14, Buccaneers 3. Justin Tucker to kick off football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Harmon. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Jameis now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Hey,
stop.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Mike 51.
2nd and 5 now. Winston. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Don't get nervous.
Here's Winston. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
Got it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Manning. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Balaj. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Hey, 7.
On 1st down, Manning nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play action, Manning. And he's going to go down again. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Into the red zone now. Manning. Being chased out. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here. Not done in the 4th.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Green, triple team. Let's go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Here's Winston. He completes it to Evans. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Jameis to throw it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Down. 70. Indy. Let's go. Let's go.
And some space here. And all the way down to the 42. Watkins, the intended receiver. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there. Get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Balaj. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Get wide. Defense.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Manning gonna throw here. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 50, plant. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Hey, Haywood. 45. My shoe.
Back to throw. Manning. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 54 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. This is Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Again, it's Jones.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Ready. Who ready? Mike 40.
Winston. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Ravens, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire